Hello everyone, this is Mr. Brain Junkie here, and today we'll be talking about a science fiction film called Mutant Ghost War Girl. Be ready for some spoilers ahead. The year is 2077. A large company called Medusa is secretly experimenting on humans and trying to make super soldiers by altering the human genome. They recently managed to capture a government agent known as Ching and was able to alter her body by giving her mutating compounds. Luckily, before the woman can be brainwashed, numerous agents are able to break in just in time as they begin killing all the hostiles in the area. The team leader, Detective 1, immediately goes to free the experimental subjects while making a copy of the company's illegal experiments. He quickly goes towards Ching and manages to help her regain consciousness, not realizing that a mysterious woman called Catherine is watching them from the other side. The people try to escape right away, but is attacked by a giant tentacle from the ceiling and making them realize that danger is close by. Very soon, a massive creature appears in front of all the humans as it slowly gets out from its cage and roaring furiously towards the people. The agents are forced to fire immediately, but the bullets are not effective against the enemy, while the monster is able to toss the people away like flying ragdolls. The creature quickly kills all the agents and begins devouring the other subjects into its mouth before going after Detective 1 as well. Ching sees this and immediately rushes onto the creature as she pierces the monster numerous times before eventually jumping off and landing onto the ground. This causes the creature to retaliate by shooting its giant tentacles, but Ching manages to cut them into pieces immediately. The people take the chance and quickly escapes the area as they manage to lock the monster inside the room, not realizing that a more dangerous opponent is tracking them down. Very soon, the group is able to make it towards the warehouse, but they're quickly stopped by Catherine, who looks like she just came from a K-pop rehearsal. The woman tells the people to give up as she unleashes her powers to hypnotize the humans and turning them into nothing but simps. Luckily, Ching is not interested in cuddling with females and manages to break free while snapping her friend into consciousness as well. One takes the chance and quickly charges towards the enemy, but is thrown away by the woman as he crashes into the wall. Realizing that they're completely outmatched, Wong gives the company's chip to the main character and tells her to run before rushing over to distract the enemy. However, the man is quickly subdued and knocked away like a flying insect. Ching rushes in to attack the enemy as well and exchanging furious blows with the opponent, but she's no match for Catherine's powers while getting thrown into the walls. This allows the enemy to grab onto her hair and tossing her into a nearby barrel while Ching is completely disabled by the attacks. Catherine sees this and goes in for the kill, but surprisingly Ching's DNA begins mutating while unleashing tremendous power into her body. Sometimes later, inside a nearby metropolis, the head manager of Medusa called Mr. Lee is heading towards his private office, where Detective 1 has apparently been captured. It turns out that Ching was somehow able to escape alongside the company's computer chip, but 1 refuses to reveal the girl's location, which makes Lee kill him immediately in frustration. Very soon, the head manager goes into a virtual simulation and it's quickly revealed that the company has been forcing mutated humans to battle each other. This allows the mutants to unleash their genetic potential as they're close to being killed, as the company tries to make the most powerful super soldiers in the world. Their newest member, known as Q, has obtained tremendous power after the furious battle, as she's able to control all the stones around her and conjure up a gigantic meteorite. The woman eventually unleashes the massive rock towards the opponent and destroying the entire battlefield as well. On the other side, Ching has regained consciousness inside a stranger's room, but she appears to have somehow lost all her memories. The woman quickly notices a man sitting on the other side, who introduces himself as John, but upon seeing the man without his pants, Ching quickly pushes him away like a flying pervert. The girl rushes outside right away, while John is still having some performance issues, but the man eventually manages to catch up to Ching, who's being overwhelmed by her sudden exposure to the world. John tries to calm the woman down, but this only annoys her even more as she accidentally unleashes her powers that appears to have stopped time. Ching quickly notices that an accident is about to happen and teleports to save the civilians from harm before anyone else can get hurt. The main character is shocked to see her special abilities, but her display of power has alerted the corporation to her location, who sends countless men to apprehend her immediately. However, Ching is not afraid of the enemies at all as she begins attacking them by using her powers while completely dominating the fight and knocking the people away like nothing but insects. John sees this and tells the woman that they have to leave right now as he reveals himself to be a police officer as well. On the other side, Lee has received the news about the failure of his man while getting a surprise visit from a woman called Angela, who's a competing manager inside the company. She mocks the man for being so incompetent while telling him that she'll take over from now on as she plans on sending her A-class mutant Q to retrieve the computer chip. At the same time, John has decided to help Ching restore her memories by using the police department's facial recognition system to find out where she's been in the past few days. It turns out that the woman was part of a tourist group that came into the city alongside her girlfriends, who all turned out to be missing as well. Ching has also noticed the computer chip inside her pocket, which gives her a strange feeling that it's very important as she hands it over to John. Before the two can figure out what to do next, they're quickly attacked by a giant pillar that came from the outside, while their front door is blown open by a mutant who turns out to be Q. Ching immediately recognizes that she's one of the girls that's missing, but the woman is now being controlled by the company like a zombie. This forces her to attack the main character immediately as John hides like a damsel in distress. The two mutants begin exchanging blows furiously, but Ching manages to knock the enemy towards the walls. Q takes the chance and begins rushing outside, while Ching uses her teleportation and chases the opponent closely behind as she eventually catches the enemy and throws the woman into the air. However, Q is able to counter the attacks by using her telekinesis and quickly begins turning the battle around as she bombards the main character with numerous rocks. This allows the girl to charge in and pushing Ching right through the building while crashing onto the ground as she throws the main character into the air and smashing her into the walls. The enemy continues punching the woman until Ching is nothing but a bloody mess. Luckily, John shows up just in time and gives up the computer chip so he can save his friend, but Ching refuses to give up so easily as she begins mutating once again and releasing her potential even more. This causes a massive shockwave that increases the main character's power tremendously as she rushes in towards the opponent while breaking the enemy with a single strike. Ching takes the chance and continues striking the woman furiously before tossing her away like a flying ragdoll. The main character rushes in to finish the kill but is unable to take another life before Q is terminated by the chip inside her neck for failing her mission. Ching eventually falls down from the injuries as well, and John has to carry her to a hospital, not realizing that their fight has been secretly recorded. It turns out that Lee was the one behind the spy drone, and he questions Angela how she can let their enemy escape while also killing one of their best warriors at the same time. Their argument is quickly interrupted by the owner of the company, who tells the people to stop fighting while ordering them to retrieve the computer chip no matter the cost. At the same time, Ching is brought towards an underground hospital where she's given a dose of the mutagen, which manages to stabilize her injuries. However, the woman refuses to hide anymore as she plans to take on the company and heads directly towards Medusa's headquarters. When Ching enters into the building, she immediately begins recalling her past memories and remembering Catherine as a doctor who took the girls into the lab. This eventually caused the people to be captured by the company as they're forcefully turned into super soldiers. Ching continues venturing forwards while using her memories and is quickly able to find a secret door that leads towards the laboratories behind the walls. She eventually makes it towards the area where all the experiments were done, and this manages to make her remember everything about her past. It turns out that she was given a mission by her captain to infiltrate the company by pretending to be a tourist, but she was eventually captured by the enemies instead. What Ching doesn't realize is that all her actions are being spied on by Angela, who contacts the main character to give her the ultimatum. It's quickly revealed that the enemy is planning to massacre all the humans on the street if Ching doesn't return the computer chip ship within the next hour. Surprisingly, the main character doesn't care about the casualties at all, as she begins grabbing all the compounds and planning to hand them over to her captain instead. John is greatly angered by her decision as he questions her mission's purpose if it's not to save innocent lives. This causes the man to go protect the people all by himself, even if it means he'll die in the process. Sometimes later, Chen is finally able to meet her captain once again as she hands over the computer chip towards the man. Surprisingly, when she tells the captain to send reinforcements to help John, the man tells her that this is not their business anymore. On the other side, John is preparing to battle all by himself as he walks onto the street like a lone soldier, while the enemies have appeared in front of him in great numbers. However, the man is not afraid to die as he knows what he's doing is right, but before the battle can begin, he quickly notices that Ching has arrived into the area while looking like a deadly samurai. The main character tells John that she's not planning to let him take all the glory before the two gets ready to take on the entire army. What they don't realize is that Lee is watching them from inside his office alongside the numerous investors who wants their own armies of super soldiers as well. Very soon, the countless assassins begin charging towards the main character, but Ching teleports towards them while slashing the people like she has Ultra Instinct and killing the enemies in a blink of an eye. However, this gives Angela a chance to grab onto John as she begins singing like a psychopath and stabbing the man right in the chest while causing Ching to scream in agony. The woman charges towards the enemy and attacks Angela furiously, but is quickly stabbed by the opponent numerous times and severely wounding her as a result. Luckily, Ching's anger causes her body to begin mutating once again, which increases her power to 40% and allowing her to cause a massive shockwave that blows the enemy right across the streets. Surprisingly, Angela manages to get up to continue the fight, but Ching rushes behind her immediately while cutting her head off in a single strike. Lee sees that his teammate has failed once again, while the investors begin to question whether if the mutants are actually worth the money. This causes the man to become furious as he knocks the investor into the walls and blackmailing everyone to stay put or be executed as well. At the same time, Ching is mourning for her wounded friend who's about to die very soon, while John regrets not spending more time with her before passing away inside her arms. Realizing that her friend has died because of her, Ching vows to take vengeance for the man as she goes towards Medusa's head office immediately. The woman arrives into the upper floor as all the assassins are rushing towards her, but Ching manages to kill them all at the same time. She goes towards Lee immediately and tells the man to stop killing any more people, but her words have fallen on deaf ears as the manager claims that he's doing what's best for humanity. This gives Ching no other choice but to teleport towards the man as she begins attacking the enemy while all the people are running for their lives. However, the main character fails to land even a single hit towards the opponent as she's completely overpowered by Lee and thrown away across the room. The man continues attacking the girl by using his telekinesis while throwing her into the walls and crashing onto the pillars, but Ching refuses to give up despite being completely outmatched by the opponent. Lee sees this and decides to kill her like he's part of the dark side, which eventually knocks out the main character as a result. This causes Ching to begin having a vision where John is still alive, and the woman questions how she can win the fight if her powers are much weaker than her enemies. Surprisingly, John reminds the girl that her powers do not make her who she is, but rather the strength inside her heart is what truly matters. This causes Ching to begin remembering her friend's sacrifice as her anger starts causing her genes to mutate even further while forcing her back into consciousness. The woman quickly escapes the enemy as she begins moving so fast that Lee is not able to see her at all. This allows Ching to attack the man furiously and knocking him across the room, while the enemy is not able to defend himself against the woman's power as he gets tossed around continuously towards the walls. Lee is eventually knocked towards a giant statue as Ching finally decides to reveal herself, but the man has no intentions to give up so soon. The enemy begins charging up all his powers and levitating all the glass inside the room before throwing them directly towards the woman. However, Ching manages to teleport just in time as she avoids all the opponent's attacks while stabbing the man right on the head and finally ending the enemy's life. Sometimes later, Ching has returned back to John's place as she pays her respect towards her friend, but what she didn't expect was for the man to appear in front of her alive. It's quickly revealed that John has somehow become a mutant just like his friend, as the two smiles lovingly towards each other while embracing their new futures together. The main character eventually steps onto the rooftop as she overlooks the entire city and promising to protect humanity alongside her friend who's now also a mutant. However, what the people don't realize is that the mastermind behind Medusa is still alive, as the villain that the main character killed was nothing more than a clone of the original. So what do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.